Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam or Weagle on your Overwatch, back with a new video. Today, we're going to be talking about changes to Overwatch in 2019. First up, we've got a bunch of changes that are confirmed from the devs that maybe you haven't heard about, and then also we'll be throwing in some speculation and our own opinions of how they could change the game for the better next year. As always, in the comment section, you guys can let us know what you would like to see changed in Overwatch. So first up, of course, we always know we'll be getting new heroes every few months or so, but Echo has been confirmed to be one of the next couple of heroes. Apparently not the next in line, but looking to be along the tank and healer type of hero that Jeff said they were looking to make in the next few iterations of heroes. Of course, we've got plenty of DPS in the games now, so tanks and healers are just going to be something they'll be rolling out for a while. Echo, of course, was in the Ashen McCree cinematic and looks to be a really cool hero that a lot of people thought was Athena when it was first announced. We've actually done a lot of speculation on this hero already, but some kind of healer I think could be really cool if they bring it out in the future. Another thing that these tanks and healers will probably be able to do is have abilities that synergize with either DPS or anti-armor. Now, armor's already getting in a more and more rough situation as things progress because a lot of the heroes have been buffed to counter that already, so maybe that not as much as synergizing with DPS, but if you think of a way that Mercy could damage boost a McCree or a Widow or an Ashe, and even if it is similar to the damage boost that we already have, that's also okay. A lot of other games, especially MOBAs, will have skill sets and archetypes that kind of cross over, so there would be two kind of similar snipers, so there would be effectively two heroes like Widow, but not exactly the same, so you would pick one based on the advantages or disadvantages that it might have over the other in a particular game mode or map. This is something that will happen more and more as Overwatch hopefully goes on for years and years, and I think it's something we'll start to see next year, where there'll be more heroes with similar skill types that we'll pick between depending on the situation. This kind of rolls us into the next thing, which is Blizzard are going to be cutting back on the crowd control abilities that have been plaguing Overwatch for quite some time now. Now, it wasn't said that it was a direct response, but Jeff Goodman, the day after Siegel's State of Overwatch video, did respond that they would be making less heroes that have as much crowd control as the ones they've been bringing out, and they will hopefully be focusing more on characters under different skill sets. So whether this be other DPS or forms of initiation from tanks or healing, no one really minds, I think, at this point, as long as there's no more CC coming. If you've ever seen that clip by Aimbot Calvin where he's getting absolutely smacked around on his stream, I think we can all agree that this is a not fun part of the game that we would definitely like to see less of. Which of course brings us to increased diversity of heroes. With all of this said and this cool new stuff that's coming out and crowd control being put on the back burner for a while, Blizzard are clearly balancing heroes so that a lot of them can be used more of the time. Now, we're still not there yet, and I don't think it's ever going to be viable to have your hero on every map, but if you think about the Symmetra changes, the Torbjorn ones, and even the Bastion one now as well, a lot of these characters have been buffed to counter the crowd control and the goats and all of these big tanky compositions that have been causing people problems in games, and giving these other heroes more of an opportunity to be played in the game. There's a lot of Symmetra and Bastion strats and videos going around right now. In fact, we will be covering more of that soon, and this is another place where Blizzard are going to be looking to improve in the new year. Now, in terms of features, there's two more things that they have confirmed, and one of them is, of course, replays. Some people are going to be a lot more thrilled about this than others. I'm sure replays are going to start with the Overwatch League and probably not go straight into our ranked games, but eventually, hopefully, it'll be like a demo system in CSGO where you can go back and watch your gameplay, see where you messed up, where you could have improved, see if it was actually your teammates' fault or all along you were just not fragging out as hard as you should have been. This is something that is absolutely needed for the competitive scene, but can also be really good at self-improvement in ranked. Speaking of ranked, it's not quite role queue, and it hasn't been 100% confirmed what it will be, but Blizzard have said they are working on more social features, something along the lines of clans or guilds or some kind of role queue, hopefully, They haven't said exactly, but they've said they're coming, but they have been pushed back because they've run into some technical difficulties. I'm hoping that this comes out at the start of the year, maybe around when the Overwatch League launches. Just some kind of reason to team up with your pals and learn the game in ranked and get that experience that people really want, because I think the biggest issue with the game right now is not being able to engage in the way that people want, and having the option to either team up with friends or having a goal to work towards is something that people really wanted for a very long time from Overwatch, and in my opinion, it's the #1 thing that should be on their list in 2019, and it is something that they've confirmed is coming. We just don't know exactly what it is. Now, this last section is going to be more about stuff that I would like to see from the game. I would still love to hear your thoughts in the comments. The first one is kind of something that should be obvious but hasn't happened yet, and I do think we need some new events. We need to stop repeating the same ones, having the same game modes, and now the hype for skins being gone down as well, because Blizzard aren't changing up their game modes very much, and the game is in a bit of a weird state. The hype for them events is also something that's really died down, and this also is coupled with the fact that we already know what the skins are going to be and the events before they release. We get this build up where they're all released day by day, and I think that ruins the hype for it. So I'm hoping that we can have some new events come out and also just surprise us with them a bit as well. Just kind of throw them up one day and everyone's like, what the hell? So we got to get on it and check all the new skins out. The kind of hype for that on the game I think would be really, really cool. Something that other games do really well. Recently Fortnite's done this, but it's a concept that's been in games for a long time. It's some kind of like weekend tournament in the client that you could do with your friends. It wouldn't have to be super serious. A lot of these systems usually mean that you pick a team, you queue up, and you try and get some wins. Depending on how many wins and losses you've got, you will also face enemies with similar stats, and then you will go up and up and up as you win, or you'll play worse people if you're struggling. This is a really good way to improve yourself and your team, and you can always play with your friends in a situation like this as well. Maybe Friday to Sunday tournaments, and the top few teams maybe earn some credits in game to buy some skins, something like that. That could be really cool and something I would definitely like to see in the game. In fact, personally, I would even like to see one step further where maybe certain skins for characters or weapon skins are actually locked off to people that either get to a certain rank or get to a certain distance in the tournament modes that would come out at the weekend. This isn't necessarily going to be a super popular idea, and I'm not good enough to win one of these things either, so I would miss out too. But having different stages of different skins for certain heroes, depending on how good you are, is something, again, that is very popular in a lot of competitive games like Overwatch. My final personal preference, something that I'd really like to see, would actually be just quicker response from devs about troubled heroes in the game. Now, some people I think are hit harder by Brigitte, some people have been hit harder by Mercy, since Mercy was completely overpowered for such a long time last year. I think either disabling heroes for a week to fix them or something in ranked, or just fixing them quicker, or throwing out changes on the PTR for people to test would be a really, really good idea. And throwing up some of these crazy changes, maybe even on the PTR to test out, could be really cool, because I think if the PTR was more of a regular thing that we could go to and keep testing different things and test maybe a new kind of ranked mode or even a game mode on the PTR, it's something that people would actually love to jump on and do. Whereas at the minute, they're generally minor buffs or buffs that we expect, and then we just wait for them to come to the main game. So actually using the PTR to test some of these things could be a pretty cool thing Blizzard could do in the new year. So guys, let us know what you think to any of this stuff in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Of course, the second half of the video is just my opinion. If you don't agree, you can tell me why in the comment section down below. I love to discuss this with you guys. Be sure to drop a like, as it does help us out, lets us know you're enjoying the content, and you're going to want to hit that bell icon when you subscribe so that you get notified when our videos go live. Be sure to have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.